You're listening to Ireland's Aviation Podcast.
Welcome to the news episode of Squawk 7000. Mark is flying today, so it's just me with the headlines. On this week's podcast, the AAIU released the preliminary report into the Partenavia crash in Wexford. New proposals have been made to limit noise on the new North Runway at Dublin, and ASL Airlines partner with ZeroAvia to develop hydrogen electric powered freighters. The AAIU has published the preliminary report into the accident involving Partenavia P68 Fox Hotel India Romeo Delta near Carnsore Point, County Wexford in September. The twin-engined aircraft, with one pilot and 3 passengers on board, departed Waterford Airport on a research flight to record sightings of a variety of marine wildlife. The pilot reported that 2 minutes after commencing the final survey line, an abnormal drop in the indicated fuel quantity was observed, followed by the right engine stopping. A few minutes later, the left engine stopped at a height of about 250 feet and the pilot carried out a forced landing on the beach. The pilot and the front seat passenger sustained serious injuries and were airlifted to hospital by the Waterford and Dublin-based search and rescue helicopters. A full report will be published in due course. Proposals have been made to close the new North Runway at Dublin Airport between midnight and 6 a.m. to limit noise levels in the area. The Airport Noise Competent Authority has published a draft ruling which offers locals living close to the gateway up to €20,000 to pay for insulation and potentially limiting nighttime aircraft movements. Originally, the planning permission for the new runway limited nighttime movements at the whole airport to 65 between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, around 100 flights were operating between these hours. The Airport Noise Competent Authority will be seeking a response from all interested parties over the next 14 weeks. Those views will inform its final decision, which the authority director has confirmed would bind planners considering DAA's appeal against the original conditions. The authority intends to impose a nighttime noise quota on Dublin designed to restrict flights by louder aircraft. UK-based ZeroAvia, developer of hydrogen-electric zero-emission powertrains, announced that it has signed an agreement to partner with Dublin-based ASL Aviation Holdings to develop hydrogen-electric engine conversions for the ATR 72 aircraft. The project will ultimately conclude an order with ZeroAvia for converting up to 10 of ASL's owned ATR 72 freight aircraft to hydrogen-electric propulsion, resulting in zero-emission cargo operations. Under the deal, ASL Airlines Ireland will provide a retired ATR 72F aircraft for the programme development and subsequent use as a demonstrator. ASL will then convert several owned aircraft on its freighter operations, resulting in the launch of zero-emission hydrogen-electric powered operations for the carrier from 2026 onwards. ZeroAvia will collaborate with ASL on the development of the ZA2000 powertrain. This engine replacement is a 2 to 5 megawatt powertrain for aircraft models typically outfitted with 40 to 90 seats in passenger configuration. The ATR variant is optimised to be retrofitted on the ATR 72 aircraft and utilises a hydrogen fuel cell and electric motor powertrain. And the Ulster Aviation Society Museum at Long Kesh in Lisburn received 2 new residents last Saturday with the arrival of a Cessna F4172 and a Fuga CM170 Magister. Both aircraft arrived from Baldonnel, having been stored since they were removed from service. The 2 aircraft were transferred by low loader, leaving Baldonnel at 7:30 in the morning and arriving at the museum grounds just after sunset. The 2 aircraft in Hangar 2 will join the former Irish Air Corps SA-316B Alouette 3, already on display at the museum.
Emergency Autoland activated. The emergency Autoland system is controlling the aircraft and will land at the safest nearby airport. Please remain calm. Avoid touching the flight controls which may interfere with Autoland. Your destination is shown on the bottom of the left and right display.
And that's a sound you may not want to hear, but might be glad to know that it exists in some aircraft. This week, Flying in Ireland have published a feature article by EASA, the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, on the recent certified emergency Autoland system that's been certified in Europe for some single-engine turbine and jet aircraft, including the TBM 940 and the Cirrus Vision jet. The system, which a passenger can activate in the event of pilot incapacitation, will autonomously select a diversion airport, transmit a mayday call, brief the passengers and automatically land itself. You'll find a couple of videos in the article showing the system in use. And remember, you can find these stories and more on flyinginireland.com, and a reminder that you can listen to our long vinyl editions too. This week, we talk about the IAA's consultation on the 600 kilogram opt-out for certain light aircraft. You'll find it wherever you get your podcasts and on our site, squawk7000.ie. Thanks for listening.
To get the news first, subscribe now to Squawk 7000 on your favourite podcast platform.